as we know one for all quirk passed down from generation to generation, and that it began with the brother of all for one. So let's rank all the users of this quirk. Number 9. Yoruichi Shigaraki. Yoruichi is the younger brother of all for one and the first user of one for all. He was a sick and powerless man, but still resists the tyranny of the all for one. Instead of killing his brother, all for one imprisoned him and eventually forced a quirk on him. He seemed to be quirkless but had an unknown hidden ability that allowed him to transmit his quirks to another person. Before his death, Yoruichi passed on his quirk to second user. Number 8. Hikage Shinomori. Hikage Shinomori is the fourth user of One for All, and he possesses the quirk Danger Sense. His quirk is very similar to Spider-Man's Spidey Sense. As another All for One users, he avoids fighting with All for One and chose to nurture the quirk of One for All. But he suddenly realized his body is getting worsening, so before he passed away, he gave his quirk to Daigoro. Number 7. Daigoro Banjo. Daigoro Banjo, the fifth user of One for All, he was killed by the All for One. His quirk is the Black Whip that was used by Deku during the joint training session arc. When Deku first used his quirk, he failed to control it. He gave him some advice which made Deku use it very well. His quirk has grown significantly since he passed to All for One. Number 6. N. N is the sixth user of One for All who succeeded Daigoro. His quirk is a smoke screen that allows him to create clouds of smoke and use them to confuse opponents. At an unknown time, he met All Might's mentor Nana Shimura and sent his quirk to her. Number 5. Third user. The third user was part of the Rebel Army along with the second user. His quirk was the Fa Jin, which allows the user to store kinetic energy and allowing them to gain strength and speed. The third user was reluctant to trust Deku like the second user, but decided to help him at Yoichi's insistence. Number 4. Nana Shimura. She is seventh user of One for All and All Might's personal advisor. She lost her life during the fight against the All for One. Her quirk is a float that allows the user to levitate. Float is the second quirk, which Deku unwittingly unlocks while fighting the Shigaraki. Number 3. Second user. Second user has strongest quirk. It's called Gear Shift. It allows the user to manipulate the speed of anything it touches. This quirk grew very stronger after passing from one user to another. Second user was the leader of rebels, who were against All for One's regime. Number 2. All Might. All Might was the number 1 hero and considered a symbol of peace. He was the 8th user and acted as a mentor to Deku. When he was battle against All for One, he lost his power completely. Currently, he serves as a teacher at UA Academy. Number 1. Deku. Deku is the final user of One for All, and he is the strongest on the list, because he is the only one who can use the quirk of previous users. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.